Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
We have already seen something called syllogisms before. Yes?
Yes.
Do you remember anything from syllogisms? Syllogism sometimes is also known as deductive reasoning. That's it. You remember deductive reasoning? So shall we assume that we have to start fresh, right from ABCDs of syllogism? Better if we do that. Yes? Okay. This is one lecture that I will be teaching, but you still need to have a book and pen in your hand because I will be making you draw a lot of things. Remember about this. Okay. So if you remember, before we started syllogisms of deductive reasoning, we took a brief look at one particular aspect of maths. What? And a number series is what we did in last class. Something related to syllogisms. Okay, so let me assume you don't know anything. Do you remember Venn diagrams?
Yes.
Anyone who does not know what are Venn diagrams? Everybody no idea what Venn diagrams are? Excellent. Because those who do not know make the least amount of mistakes. नहीं आता फ्रेश करते हैं ना बिल्कुल अच्छे से करते हैं जिनको पहले से आता होता है they complicate things too much. Give me 3 minutes and you'll be an expert on Venn diagrams. Let me show you what Venn diagram. If I say A is a set of elements, let us say the numbers 1, 2 and 3, then I can represent this in a diagram by simply making a circle, calling the circle A and putting the numbers 1, 2, 3 inside. This is a Venn diagram. That's it. A Venn diagram is nothing but a diagrammatic representation of groups, sets, right? So if A is the set 1, 2, 3, I will represent a simple circle, name it A, put 1, 2, 3 inside it. So whatever comes inside this circle is also a part of the group A. So if I say A is the set 1, 2, 3 and B is the set of elements 5, 6 and 7, can you show me how to represent these two groups using a Venn diagram? Show me. Draw and show. How do you represent if I gave you that the set A contains 1, 2 and 3 and the set B contains 5, 6 and 7? Should not be very difficult, right? Clear, 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 clear. Simple. Because A contains 1, 2, 3, B contains 5, 6, 7, and there is nothing common between these two. I will simply draw two separate circles. We already have A containing 1, 2 and 3 in it. I draw B containing 5, 6, 7 in it, and this is how I represent it. Do rocket science. Okay. Let me say P is the set containing the letters A, B and C, and Q is a set containing the letters B, C and D. Then how do I represent the sets P and Q together? P contains A, B, C and Q contains B, C, D. How do you represent it? Simple. 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 Look at it. Look at the elements. Is there something common between them? So can you make a diagram where I can show the common portions and the not so common portions? Take a look at this. If I draw a circle, name it as P and say it contains A, B and C in it, I also have to draw a set for Q which contains the common elements of B and C. So what I do, I simply draw another circle like this. BC are also part of this circle. Now I draw D here, meaning this as Q. So what does this diagram show me? P contains ABC, Q contains BCD, A is only with P, D is only with Q, and B, C are common and belong to both P and Q. Then shift slightly here so that you don't have to be balanced, not a seat with your entire, but you can move chair. Shift this side so that you don't get a pain in your neck. Comfortable? Or you can shift one more seat so that you have a direct line of sight. Chalo. So this is known as intersection of two sets. The common area shows the elements which are common to both. Now, we have seen how to represent two groups which do not have anything in common, how to represent two groups which have some elements in common. If I say X is the set of elements M, N, O and P, and Y is the set of elements containing N and O, how do I represent this? X contains M, N, O and P, and Y contains only N and O. Simple, right? You can represent it like this, but what about this portion? It has nothing in it, so that portion becomes useless to me, right? If you have represented it using this representation, where you have put this as X, this as Y, this having M and N, this having M and P as the extra elements, this having N and O, it's okay. But the problem is, this entire area is empty. Rather, if you take a careful look, Y is nothing but a part of X. Y contains some element of X and no other extra element. So, better way of representing that is, if I draw M, N, O, P, I draw another circle inside the first circle. This is Y. What does this show? That the set Y is a smaller part of the set X. Because this represents that there is something in common and there is something which is not in common. But I don't have anything uncommon in Y. So I simply put Y inside as a part of X. And finally, if I say P is the set of elements 1, 2 and 3, and Q is the set of elements 1, 2 and 3. How do I represent this using a diagram? P contains the numbers 1, 2, 3. Q also contains the numbers 1, 2 and 3. Very clear, right? Except for the difference in their names. There is nothing different about these two sets. They are exactly the same set. So I simply draw one single circle, put 1, 2 and 3 in it and say this is P. It is the same as Q. So got a basic idea of how to represent different facts using Venn diagrams. Understood so far? That's it. This much knowledge of Venn diagrams should be enough for you to understand how to go about solving questions on deductive reasoning or syllogisms. Right? So, we start understanding what exactly comes in questions of syllogisms. Syllogisms में आता क्या है? Typically, you would be given a set of sentences. आपको 2, 3, 4, 6 जितने भी sentences दिए होंगे, और 1, 2 sentences, 3 sentences, उनको combine करके you have to find out what possibility, what conclusion you can derive. So, sentences in syllogisms or deductive reasoning are divided into 3 special categories. One is a sentence which has the word no or none in them. One, it's a sentence containing all in them. And one is a sentence which contains the word some in them. So either you will have a sentence which is no something is something, or it says all X are Y, or you have some A is B. Like 3 different kinds of sentences. Let us take a look at sentences containing these words and how do we represent them using Venn diagrams. So let us say for no I give you a sentence and I say no dog is cat. I say represent dog using the set D, represent cats using the set C. Can you show me a Venn diagram which represents these facts? If I say D is the set for dogs, C is the set for cats, then what Venn diagram will show me the sentence no dog is a cat? You don't need to make a universal set. It's a waste of time. Straightforward, easy, right? There's no rocket science in it.